They told us slavery had ended. They told us that Jim Crow died. But here we are in 2025 watching new laws and rulings rewriting the same old story, just coded a little bit differently. Project 2025. From the Supreme Court to the Department of Education, we're witnessing a quiet storm. The systematic rollback of protections that generations fought, bled, and died for. And while the media calls it politics, we know what is really going on. It's policy with a purpose: to erase our progress. Let's get started. This is Risen. Welcome back to the news that we're not hearing about. Right now, the Supreme Court is weighing a case that could gut one of our last defenses against voter suppression, Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. They call it Louisiana Callous versus Callous. If they strike this down, states could draw maps that dilute black political power with no real legal consequences. Let's be clear. This isn't about fair representation. It's about silencing the descendants of those who were once counted as 3/5 of a person. Our ancestors fought to make the ballot a weapon of freedom. Now they're trying to take that weapon away. The administration just disbanded the Justice 40 initiative, ending a program that made sure polluted, underserved communities got at least 40% of federal climate investments. Translation: communities like Loudoun County in Alabama, mostly black and still suffering from raw sewage in 2025, are once again being told to live with injustice. They're not living though, they're dying. They're not just killing a policy. They're saying clean air, clean water, safe homes, safe schools are all privileges, not rights. Let's talk about wealth and education, the twin engines of empowerment. The USDA just removed race and gender considerations from farm programs, ending long overdue relief for black farmers still recovering from decades of discrimination. The Education Department terminated $350 million in aid for minority-served institutions, calling it unconstitutional. That's not race neutrality. That's race amnesia. They want to act like centuries of exclusion never happened, as if starting everyone from the same line erases the fact that we were once chained to the starting blocks. These aren't isolated events. They're coordinated moves in a long game. Cut the vote, cut the funding, cut the narrative. They own the news, the papers, the social media. It's the new Jim Crow, policies dressed up in legal language, but designed to achieve the same goal. They want control of speech, of movement. But understand this: if they can rewrite the rules, we can rewrite our responses. This is not the time for despair. It's a time for strategy. And here's how we rise in the moment. We have to educate, Teach every child our history before it's erased. We need to organize, build community coalitions that track and respond to local policies. We have to invest, support Black farmers, school, entrepreneurs directly. We have to vote smarter, not just in presidential races, but in judicial races, local elections, where these rollbacks are really beginning. And we have to believe, because the same God who parted the Red Sea can open new paths for our people. We may be surrounded by policies meant to silence us, but the spirit of freedom is louder than ever. The fight has shifted from whips to words, from chains to clauses, from laws to loopholes. But one thing hasn't changed. We still rise. Our ancestors endured centuries of coded oppression. Yet, we're still here. We're still building, still believing. Because no court can overturn God's purpose for a people determined to be free. This is risen.